Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Schnozcast. Cory, how are you?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Fantastic.
Explain.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Todd, how are you, sir?
What's the fr part?
Yeah. It's not even Friday.
No, but it's. I was frantic, and now I'm tastic.
There you go. That's all I needed.
Okay. That's it. That's it. I wanted to fully take it in.
Yeah.
Cory, my man. Bob Beebe. I am stupendous, my man. Bob, how you
excellent.
doing?
I'm doing pretty damn good. Pretty podcast-delicious. That's not really a word. Totally made that up.
It is not. It's that natural.
Yeah. Right.
And fantastic is definitely a word.
Yeah. We can look forward to more made-up words like that on this show. But hey, if you're new to the show, thank you for joining us. Big shout-out to the folks over in Vietnam with whom we seem to have struck a chord. So we are very excited.
Works for me.
If I knew how to say hello in Vietnamese, I would. If Vietnamese is...
I will say that I love your pho. Love your pho.
Okay. Can I say konnichiwa?
No, you
I
cannot.
think
That's
doesn't
Japanese.
apply.
It's not even close.
All right, well, we'll have to work on that. But thank you for joining. If you want to go back and listen to any previous episodes, you can find us anywhere you get a podcast. Also, go out to Twitch, go out to YouTube, give us a like and subscribe. And if you want to send us a message from Vietnam and let us know what you think of the show. Is it Cory's long hair? Is it his supple and spectacular beard that's got you just entranced and enthralled? Let us know. DM us on Instagram at Schnozcast.
Ciao.
Sorry, what?
There you go.
Ciao.
Xin chào.
That's how you say hello in Vietnamese.
Okay. All right. You're gonna run with that, right? You're gonna be the Vietnamese liaison from the show.
I
like
guess. I guess I just walked into that. Yeah.
All right. You're gonna have to download
like
Duolingo and start taking some lessons.
Oh yeah, because I have plenty of time to do that.
Well, boys, here we are back again. I guess on the news front, you missed Record Store Day, Cory, last Saturday.
I know. It was unfortunate.
What
but
a time it was, let me tell you.
I was saying, I know you went.
Yeah, it was raining. That's never good. And the line went, again, out the store, down the block, and around the block, underneath the bridge, over into the neighborhood. But a finer bunch of nerds there never was. Very fine people, very friendly. Also wet. And but again, I got two of the three records that I had checked off on my list. So that's not bad, especially because I'm not really buying any records except for Record Store Day anymore. So, what was it? A box set, Grateful Dead box set from Boston, Massey Hall.
Sir, you told me you were all set on Grateful Dead albums.
Yeah, but every time there's a Record Store Day, they're like, we got another box set from another concert that you never heard before. I'm like, fucking take my money.
If you don't mind me asking, what would that run you?
$150.
I mean, not too bad for a box set.
Now, if you're going to buy a box set, you cannot go wrong with the Grateful Dead because, number one, it is lavishly appointed, right? It's pretty to look at. It's fun to open. There's a ton of shit to read, and the artwork is fantastic. And you get 4 albums, so 8 sides worth of music for your money. So if you're going to spend $150 on a box set, you can hardly go wrong with that. And then I got
for
Jeff
8 albums,
Buckley.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 4 albums, 8 sides.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of music. And then I got Jeff Buckley live at, I can't remember where the hell he was live at, but I had just watched the documentary a month or so ago. And I'm like, oh, shit. I've never seen him have a live album before. So that's
nice.
the two that I got. And
what was the third one?
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
It ain't bad at all. It was another live recording of the Bill Evans Trio in the 50s somewhere, New York City, who knows where.
Okay.
But apparently that went pretty quickly.
Oh, so they did have it. You weren't able to.
Yeah, by the time remember, I did not get there the night before. I didn't get there at 6 in the morning.
Yeah, you
got
didn't
there
sit
like
in line
7:30
and, yeah.
for a 9 o'clock draw, and my number was not low enough to be able to get that one.
That's still, like Todd said, that 2 out of 3 is pretty good.
Yeah, I was happy with that.
Could have walked away with nothing.
Nice.
The day I get 0 out of 3, that's the day I'm like, well, maybe I should probably go there a little earlier than I have been. But
All right.
Nice.
I'll make the promise with you now.
yeah.
Next year, we set up shop overnight.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I'm not excited to do that. That's the only way you do it. So you'd rather spend the night there than get up early and go.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Why? That doesn't make any sense.
Bob, we have plenty of stuff that we can use, and we can cook, we can eat, we can bring our Bluetooth speakers, listen to music, make a night of it.
Dude. All right.
See, he's about the experience, Bob. You're about expedience.
I am about, I'm like, give me 2 out of 3, and I show up at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm good.
Yeah, no, I want the entire experience.
Well, I was gonna call you the night before to go like, hey, I really don't think you're interested in going, but like, I don't even know if you looked at the list of shit that they were selling.
I did. Like I said, I think there was only one on there. There was an OER album but it wasn't even one of the ones that Danielle and I are like really looking for.
Well, it was anything that's released on Record Store Day. That's the only day it's released, and they don't make any more copies.
Right. But again, too, at least at the album itself, it wasn't one of our. It didn't have a bunch of songs that we really care for on it. So it was like, well,
that's fair. If it's like raining all night, and we can't like get underneath, like in front of the store, there's a overhang. But if we can't get underneath that, I don't know if I'm interested in sitting there in the rain all night.
That's why we're gonna have a 10.
See, Bob, it's about the experience.
Exactly. Thank you, Todd.
Corey's going to be prepared. You guys are going to have everything you need to be outside in a luxurious way.
I can't believe that I'm letting you talk me into this. Okay.
Dude, if anything, you're going to be like, let's stay another night just for the shits and giggles.
Word.
Okay, it's a deal. That's what we'll do.
Sounds good.
Now, Todd, the challenge will be here, whether you and I take bets as to whether he'll remember this a year from now.
I want to be there because I got to video it. We have to record this for posterity.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll definitely be recorded.
I'll be staying in a hotel. I'll be staying in a hotel, but I'll check in on you guys.
Right.
There is a hotel literally directly across the street from Dearborn Music.
That's true.
That's where Danielle stayed at the night before our wedding.
There's also a church. You can go there and sleep on the pew for free.
There you go.
Yeah. Unless you're a heathen and you tell them right at the door, like, I don't know what's going on in this church, but I don't believe in God. Can I stay?
Listen, Padre. Now you would say
if they're getting it right, they'd still say yes.
That's true.
That is true. Fair enough.
You know, Todd, that there's going to be drone footage. There's going to be multiple video. Shit, he'll probably talk me into recording a podcast while we're there.
I don't see why we shouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't see why you shouldn't either.
Plenty to do. Actually, that is a really good idea.
Dude, if anything,
marketing for the show.
Imagine the amount of people that we could have around us watching a live show.
Yes.
And subscribing to the show.
Yep. And talking about what they're going to pick, talking about records in general.
We could have anyone that wants to come on the show that's waiting in line, feel free to come up.
Indeed. Yep. Yeah. I'm with you.
Fuck. Where were you last weekend?
I don't know why this just popped in my head now.
Yeah, I know. But while I was there, I got the 2 records that I asked for, and I also bought a game, which we're gonna play on the show tonight. We're not gonna play the game the way it's designed to be played because
games.
Todd's in Seattle and we're here in Dearborn, Michigan, so it's kind of hard to do. But
you don't know where I'm at.
That's true. Well, come on in. Side doors open.
We'll stand by for 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, it's unlocked. But we're just gonna read through the cards when we get to that part. But yeah, everybody else good? All from the past 2 weeks since we've recorded. Anything you want to drop on the listeners?
So there was something that we discussed on our production meeting. Because what was it? It would have been 2 Thursdays ago now.
Yeah.
Bob and I go up to Uncle Ray's to work on podcast stuff, all the post-production stuff. And the last 2 times, he brought his work laptop one time, and then he brought his personal one to work on the actual audio. Not this past Thursday.
I fucked around and I didn't get it done in time, and I'm like, well, I'll just bring it to the bar.
So he went out to smoke, And I'm like, oh, if you're done with everything, like just I'll unlock the car and you can put your laptop in my car.
You took it out there.
Right. And you're like, no, like, next time we go out, I'll bring it out.
Yeah.
But I was coming out to take a break one way or the other. So I'm like, well, if I'm coming out, I might as well grab Bob's laptop bag and put it in the car. Mm-hmm. So I did that, put it in the back of the car. We finished the night. I dropped Bob off, got home, and it wasn't until a day later, 2 days later.
It's 2 days later. Yeah.
2 days later, Bob calls me.
It's Saturday.
What?
Thursday night we met. Yeah, so it was like Saturday.
Okay.
I'm like, I probably should start working on the episode for next week.
And so Bob called me and he's like, hey, man, any chance my laptop bag is in the back of your car? And I'm like, well, yeah, if you forgot to grab it on Thursday night, that's where it would be. Like, I wouldn't have moved it. So he's like, okay, like if we, whenever you get a second, like if you just go out there, I'm like, you know what, I'll just go out right now because I know it's out there. If he doesn't have it, then that's where it's going to be. Todd, imagine my surprise when I opened my back door and there was not a single laptop bag.
No laptop?
Nothing in my back seat. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Did you lock the car at the bar?
And when that's what I started thinking to myself, I'm like, I knew at the bar it was locked. I knew that for sure. But I'm like, when I got home, did I lock the car? So now I'm thinking, like, I'm frantically going through camera footage.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And
That's
I'm
a
like,
good friend you are, sir.
And I'm like, oh man.
Indeed.
Like, so that Thursday night, I did get home, and I came back out for my bag because I had left my bag in the car as well. And you could audibly hear and see the lights go off that I did lock it. So I'm like, okay, not
my fault.
I'm like, awesome. Couldn't have been my problem then. But then I'm like, well, shit. If it's Saturday, that also means Friday night. Oh. And Danielle and I go to the Elks on Fridays.
So now you're calling the Elks going, can
I need your camera footage.
Right. So some sort of a
I'm Columbo.
Again, too,
exactly.
I knew it wouldn't have happened at the Elks because I knew the car was locked at the Elks. But I'm like, I need to check the house footage again to see if on Friday night anyone approached the car and potentially took anything out of my car.
Yeah.
Went through everything. There was very minimal camera footage. And again, it was like the next morning that you see me getting up and going out to the car. So I'm like, okay, there's no way it could have been taken from my car. So eventually I text Bob back. I'm like, hey, like any luck? And he's like, I told him, like, see if your location's on your laptop, and then you can check it on your phone, and basically ping it and see where it's at.
Yeah, use technology, boomer.
All right, so, I'm gonna put a pin in the story right now because
right.
I think we've got enough like tension going in the story, like what's gonna happen. So, but before we move forward, Todd, what are you drinking tonight?
Dude, I am on to something special this week. Fremont Brewing has a Head Full of Dynamite hazy IPA that is freaking fantastic. Is that the word?
It makes you frantic and then tastic right after you drink it. Huh?
Exactly. Yeah. It is. You're frantic to have another sip. It is absolutely delicious. And Bob Beebe, my man, spring has sprung. Summer is just around the corner. So you know what I'm having to bring in summertime? For my shot, I'm going to drink some of that Twisted Tea, sweet tea whiskey.
If I had the desire, the initiative, the gumption, I would have been tracking all this every week. What's he drinking? Is that different? Because I feel like he keeps going like, I found this amazing new thing. And then he goes Fremont Brewing. I'm like, I've heard Fremont Brewing. I know I have. The question is,
they make a lot of great beers.
Right. Have I heard that beer name before?
I feel like we've not heard Dynamite. What is Dynamite?
Head Full of Dynamite IPA.
Head full of Dynamite.
Head Full of Dynamite. Yeah, I definitely haven't heard that name before.
I don't know, but I have this sneaking suspicion that if I only had been enterprising enough to be tracking this shit, there's definitely been some repeats. Painted verbally to sound like they were brand new discoveries.
Todd does play it off well.
I wouldn't say that. But I wouldn't say that. I've not tried to do that. I would say that I've probably had like Coco Jones Coconut Porter at least 2 or 3 times. Yep. And so again, I've had some repeats, but most of the time, I am just trying to discover new beers and like I've told you guys before, I love to try hazy IPAs because when they do it right, it can be an amazing thing, and it's approachable IPA because IPAs can be tough.
Oh, big time.
I've also never heard him describe when they got it wrong. Like, oh, I got this beer and I'm tasting it now, and man, I could not be more disappointed in my choice.
Yeah, I've purposely not done that. I've had a ton of bad beers, dude. I told you, because I've got one really good pumpkin beer from New Belgian Brewing, right? Yeah. The Atomic Pumpkin is amazing. So I thought, oh, there's another freaking pumpkin stout. I'm going to love it. And it freaking sucked balls. And so I didn't bring that on the show because I don't bring it on the show.
I was going to say, hey guys, you definitely try it before the show.
Yeah. Because if I was a beer distributor in the greater Seattle area, I would have ranked Todd up long ago, because it doesn't seem like any beer that makes it onto the show ever gets a bad rating from Todd. Like, it's guaranteed good marketing for you.
That's why they're on the show. Yeah, why would I sling the name of a schlitty beer?
Because we want to give the audience the notion that you call them like you see them, and like, hey, if it's right down the plate, I'm going to tell you. But if it's low and outside,
absolutely. That's what
he does his homework.
Yeah.
That's true. It ain't easy.
I give him credit for that.
It's necessary.
Yeah, we've never really dug this deep into it, but I guess that's correct. Like, if it makes it on the show and Todd's drinking it, it's got his full endorsement.
So speaking of endorsements,
for
Todd,
me, for me, and a lot of people hate IPAs.
Yeah.
A lot of people refuse to try them ever again. I was that way, and my experience, and not everybody else is going to be the same, but my experience was hazies open the door, and like I said, when they get it right, it's amazing. When they get it wrong, just like all the other IPAs where they're trying to figure out how many hops they can jam into and how freaking bitter they can make it, it's horrible, and I hate that. But when they get it right, this has got like really, really subtle, and I don't like sweet beers. It's not even sweet, but it's got subtle notes of pineapple that like kind of linger behind on your palate. It's pretty amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna love that lingering pineapple.
So speaking of, here, let's do the shot real quick,
let's do that.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Salute, gentlemen. That's the good stuff. Now, do you delete that whole segment, Bob? Even that's the good stuff? Or just the clink?
Depends. If you do, that's the clink good stuff, then yeah, it's all good. I'm shit canning all of it. But what you just did makes it real easy for me to see that clink on the waveform, and I'm like, oh, that's gone.
I was going to say, you paused it pretty well there, Todd.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's your call. You want me to cut out your voice? Do the clink right in the middle of a sentence. Like a no commas run-on sentence that goes on for like a minute. I'm going to cut all of it out if there's a clink in there somewhere.
So I just want to make sure I get it right.
Yeah.
Speaking of summertime drinks, Danielle and I met up with some friends yesterday at a place called The Best Kept Secret. It's a speakeasy, and it's inside this wine store in St. Clair Shores.
Okay.
And you literally have to walk into the very back of the store, and you walk into the beer cooler.
You walk in front to the back.
Yep.
Okay.
And they have a big beer cooler in the back that you can walk into, and it looks like a freezer door that you would store extra beer in, but there's a little keypad next to it, and it has a question on it, and you have to answer the question correctly.
Riddle me these questions 3.
And then the cooler door unlocks, and you walk into this very dark, old-looking speakeasy.
Okay. So you have to go in the cooler, and while you're fucking shivering, you have to answer this question?
Correct.
That's pretty badass, I gotta say.
So, and it's
I'd make you take your shoes off, too, and unzip your pants.
I did, but then someone immediately opened the door. I was like, oh, that's
Sir, that's the other store down the street.
Yeah. They let us in awfully quick when I started unzipping.
So is there a softball question on the pad?
No.
Oh. You have to do some serious math or something?
No.
It was.
Oh, no. What are those videos? Is it you that keeps sending those videos, Todd?
Physics.
So no, it was actually, and they don't change it every day, I guess. It changes like weekly. Fortunately, there was 3 girls ahead of Danielle and I that had obviously already looked up, like knew what the code was, and they typed it in immediately. And I just happened to glance over at it while we were walking in behind them. But it had to do with something, one of the managers of the Detroit Tigers, like what year was this manager, like he was given some sort of award. And the answer was 1908. So yeah, it's not a softball question by any means.
You think they got it from like the website of the speakeasy?
I don't know. I honestly, we didn't didn't ask me. I was
because I'm already seeing a hole in the security for the speakeasy. Like clearly they need to tighten it up because they're letting riffraff like you in, just fucking drafted behind them, not doing any of your homework. They need to have like on the door to the cooler, to the beer cooler. They need to have a softball question that is like there needs to be, you know, some sort of a gateway, right? So that when you answer the softball question, you go in, you shut the door, hit the lock button from inside, and that activates the other pad where you get it. So that you can't, riffraff like you can't just go, oh, I saw him type in 1908, and that's it. Now I'm in.
Hey, well, it worked out for us, but and it was crazy too.
But I think there's a thin line between keeping the riffraff out, Bob, and going out of business, though. Because if nobody can get the code, then you're going to empty.
People are just leaving.
Hold on a second. If you are operating a place called the Best Kept Secret, and the only way to get in there is to answer a fucking question on a keypad, and you're a speakeasy, I don't think your primary concern is packing the place. I think you want it to be, you know, like an accomplishment to get in there.
It's the place itself. Like you could tell they were trying to be very exclusive.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
And again, there's nothing like when you GPS.
So like one person would be okay.
Yeah, if you were the one guy who figured it out that day, and no one was drafted behind you, a la Cory Selesky, then you'd be sitting there drinking by yourself, just you and the bartender.
Yeah, because there's no way to tell that this spot's actually there. Because again, it's they call it, it's like Wally's Wine Center or something like that, and you would never know that this speakeasy is in the back of the store.
So
nothing.
Just for so we all get on the same page. Don't invite me to one of these things. Why would I want to go someplace and then sit by myself because it's so hard for the rest of the fucking universe to get in?
Because
I can't even people watch because it's so exclusive that it's just me, and all the rest of the dumbasses are left outside.
But think about sitting there on the bar stool by yourself and just chatting up the bartender about how awesome it is that you made it in there and you're the only one. And
you're the dude who doesn't
want
to talk to anybody, Bob, and you want to chat up with a bartender you don't even know? Might be a freaking high school dropout on his freaking third bartending job because he freaking killed somebody at his last job.
All right, so you're doing a callback to a previous episode in which I said one of the things I really don't enjoy is just talking to people.
Exactly.
I'm going to amend that statement now to say there needs to be an asterisk there, and the asterisk is for bartenders. Bartenders, I'll talk to all day long if they want to chat me up.
Oh boy.
Oh, I can do that. That's easy. Well, maybe it's.
I was gonna say, is it easy?
There we go.
Oh
boy. Although I forgot we had these on there too.
Ooh, yeah. Hey, brother. All
right, so that's. I forgot about that one.
But that was
more of that one.
That was our
more of that one.
Intermission music, or not music, but intermission chats. I guess you would say.
When we wouldn't stop doing the show. We wouldn't end the episode. We would just take a break. Because we were going for 3 hours.
Yeah.
We had to pee. Yeah.
If you're Vietnamese and you're just finding the show, and you're super fucking bored and really interested, you can go back to any of the first 50 episodes for sure. And you'll see that we went a marathon length of time during which
we had to pee.
We all had to pee and we needed to figure out what else we're going to talk about for the last hour and a half. So we just put on, we paid for on Fiverr these scripts to be read by these impersonators. And one of them was a guy who did Randy Macho Man Savage. And we would kind of link up 15 minutes of music, and then there'd be a Macho Man, and then there'd be more music, and then there'd be an Irish lady telling you about just pull out for the Schnozcast, and then there'd be more music, and then it'll be a suddenly hey, it's okay, just wait, the fellers will be back, just a moment. Yeah, so we still have all that stuff. We just haven't used it in quite a while.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
So, sorry, did I cut off the end of your speakeasy story, or did we?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
What?
Oh, fun.
That's how you say "ooh yeah" in Vietnamese.
So I expect we're gonna get some Vietnamese DMs on Instagram.
Love.
I hope so.
Yes.
That'd be awesome. And another side.
We should do a show
all in Vietnamese
from Vietnam.
We should all fly to Vietnam and do a show.
Indeed.
if so, there was a spike of approximately, I want to say, 500 downloads over the course of like a week, and 99% of them came from Vietnam, and that's why I'm thanking the Vietnamese people just in general, because we don't know
Because they
who
love
you are
us.
exactly. But
Exactly.
a
We love you
small
too. And
percentage
we
of
want to
those
do
people-
more. We want to do more content that serves you, our
Yeah.
biggest fans.
And I'll tell you what, my Uncle Don was there in 60, and he said it was a beautiful place.
I'll bet it is.
Okay.
Yep. He said he loved it.
If there were that many people telling us that we should come to Vietnam, like we would love if you came here, like we would show you around, like I would seriously consider, like, what would a plane ticket to Vietnam?
We're about to find out.
You should. I'll tell you. Well, it's easier flight for me. Yeah. But I will tell you, having visited Thailand and other Asian countries, I imagine that Vietnam is it's a tropical rainforest. It's like Hawaii on steroids, right? Even more exotic. Yeah, I think amazing. I would love to go to Vietnam. So
Would I have to get a bunch of shots?
probably not. I mean, no more shots than to go to anywhere in Europe. I mean,
Okay.
at the end of the day, you have the same risk of botulism or whatever. What are the all the hep viruses and all?
Yep.
You have the same exposure anywhere in the world, right? I mean, you're obviously not going to drink the water out of faucets and whatnot, or else that's really where you're going to get in trouble. Drinking water, or eating foods that have been washed in water that you're not used to, and really, it's just your body's not used to the makeup of the water. So, but the cool thing is there's all manner of travel hospitals that'll give you all the right medicines and if you do need shots, they'll tell you exactly when I went to India, because literally the big thing in India is if you're out, which I was out and about this time and I was thankful, but malaria. So making sure you're caught up on your malaria shots so you don't get anything weird like that. But
you have to have them. Like you probably get caught up on them. Like, oh, I've had them, but I'm like 2 weeks behind. Like you probably had to get malaria shots, period.
I didn't have to get shots from malaria. It's like pills now. And then, but I think the only thing I didn't get I got one shot for typhoid or something because I knew I was going to be traveling to Pune and it's warmer there than it is in Hyderabad where I was. And so you can get typhoid, I think, from mosquitoes too. So basically that was the one shot, but everything else was like anything like foodborne or waterborne. Dude, they give you like 6 different things that'll knock anything that gets into gives you the Montezuma's revenge like in 15 minutes. and ultimately, when you figure out how to travel, I've gone to India multiple times, never ever gotten sick. Every time I go to Mexico, I get sick.
Yeah. All right, I feel like Cory's got some news for us.
So I don't know where my brother-in-law Dylan is looking up flights, because I came up with $700 to $750 round trip is roughly the average cost.
Okay.
He said $1,500. I don't know where he's like. I don't know if he's actually on like
he not
a
going
Delta.
through,
If he's smart,
Airlines
he's going business class.
But yeah,
Dylan's like, if I'm going to Vietnam, I'm reclining all the way, and I'm gonna have bottle service.
yeah.
At least economy plus. That's going to be a long haul
It is a long haul, I'm
for
sure.
you guys.
Yeah, I'm seeing
I
700.
mean, it's not a short haul for me, but it's still much closer. I mean, I save 5 hours from you guys, so.
Oh no, we would absolutely include like a multi-day stopover in Seattle to party it up with Todd Dillon before we went to Vietnam.
There you go.
And then plan for like a couple of days on the way back in Seattle to hang out in the hospital and be cured of all the things we caught.
All the diseases we got.
we could hang out. Yeah, we could hang out in the Batcave for a little bit.
Yes.
So, and last thing to bring, and I completely forgot the point of the speakeasy story now. But at one point there was
Sorry,
trying to bring this all full circle.
I forgot why I even told you about this.
So I did. But at one point we were sitting there and we had this corner booth, and it looked like one bartender. I'm like, oh, he's doing a lot of work for, the people that are in here, which is cool. That's, hey, good for him. But then all of a sudden I saw like a drink just appear on top of the bar. And I'm like, what? Where the hell did that come
magic?
from? Like, yeah, like almost like there was a midget behind the bar that just put it up on the
little person.
Little person, sorry.
Yep. It's the preferred nomenclature these days.
And guess what? There was behind the bar a little person bartender.
No, there was not.
Yes, there
Shut
was.
the fuck up.
All of a sudden, I saw him walk around from the side of the bar and came out, and he was serving people drinks.
Little as in like you couldn't see him at all?
Couldn't see him. Like I said, it looked like a drink just magically appeared on top of the
Holy
bar.
fucking shit! That is worth the price
It's a
of admission
superhero.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, and there was more to that story, but I completely forgot where I was going with it. So, but either way, to really bring it full circle,
You go all the way back. All right.
we got to go back to Bob and his technology.
Yep. Okay. So,
Hit the button.
I can't because I changed to fucking the Macho Man thing. Here we
Then hit the oh boy button. Oh, that's it. That's the one.
go. Okay. So it's Saturday night last week. Or Saturday. I don't know what time the fucking day it was. I have looked everywhere in my house that I could think to look, and I don't see any sign of where I would have put my laptop. And I'm now in full-blown panic mode because I've been assured pretty confidently by Cory that it's not in his car. So he mentions to me, like, hey, try to find my device. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I have another choice. So I pull up my phone, do find my device, and I see my laptop. I see my laptop there. And
At Cory's house?
no, on the Find My Device.
This is where it gets good.
And it's showing that it's on. Like, the update was from like 1 minute ago. And I'm like, well, if the thing had died, then it wouldn't say an update of a minute ago because it wouldn't have been able to ping it or track it.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, where is this? And I'm looking on the thing, and I'm sitting here in my living room, right where we are right now. And it's showing me that my laptop is somewhere in my backyard between my garage and my neighbor's garage. And I'm like, how in the fuck, where? Okay, so put on my coat.
And hang on.
Yeah.
How old is your neighbor on that side?
Definitely like 88 years old.
Okay.
He's
that's definitely needed
he's
for this
the
story.
oldest person I know who's still alive.
But probably got freaking good tech game, though.
No, there isn't any. At one point, in the all the time that I lived here, he came over here to ask me if the guy from the cable company was coming out to see me, and while he was there, could he just swing by his house because
Can you just send him over here real
he
quick?
can't find the station he was looking for, the channel he was looking for, and I'm like, yep, I will get right on that because that's what they love.
Maybe it was the channel for his router to actually connect securely.
I guarantee you, if I said the word router to him, be like, what? What's a router?
But now, Todd, keeping all this in mind, listen to the rest of this story, and you might think Bob himself is 88.
So
I'll show
yeah,
him.
I'm looking at the map, and I literally put my coat and my shoes, and I walk out of my backyard, and I don't know what I'm like. Was I that drunk on Thursday that I brought it home and I just like pitched it into the middle of the backyard, and I'm like, I'm going to bed now. I'll find it tomorrow. Indy will watch over it. He'll go out there and make sure it's fine. So I walk out there, and of course it's not there. And then I look down at the thing. I'm like, well, I don't know. Why would it be? I'm like, did I like bring it home and like not make it in the house with it? Like I set it up against the side of the house or something, or put it on the porch, and then I went to fucking sleep, and somebody was walking around and saw it and grabbed it. Like, has my laptop been stolen?
So, but again, it's pinging that it's back there.
But that doesn't mean, it just means it's on. It doesn't mean that someone didn't take it, because the thing is, because now I'm looking at it, and now the laptop has moved. And it's moved over on the other side of my neighbor's house in the backyard area. So I literally came back in the house. I walk out the front door, and I walk around, and I go, I guess I got to do it. So I start knocking on my neighbor's door, the 88-year-old guy. And
boy.
I've known this guy.
It's my laptop in your garage.
I've known this guy since for the last like 25 plus years.
He's lived here ever since you guys moved in.
He
correct?
lived here before we moved.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so ever since you lived here, he's been there.
He's been there.
Okay.
Yep. And his wife, God rest her soul, was alive at that time, and she was my neighbor who introduced herself to us when we bought this house by coming over in a muumuu and nothing else, and a Viking helmet with horns on the top to introduce herself and welcome us to the neighborhood. And I didn't even ask. She's like, I bet you're wondering why I'm wearing this Viking helmet on my head. It's because we had an argument and I won. And I'm like, what the fuck? Where is it too late to go back on the sale of this house and pick another one? But they were quirky,
Dude, that lady was giving you freaking marriage advice gold.
I mean, yeah, it was probably
She was.
good advice in the long run. But yeah,
That's why Bob has a Viking helmet now.
yeah, no. But yeah, God rest her soul. She was a nice lady, and yeah, I've known them for like 25 years. So I knock on his door, and it's dark out, And if you're 88 years old, like if the sun has set, you're probably going to bed.
And I'm sure he doesn't get many people coming to his front door knocking on the door.
No, probably not. And if he did, like if I was 88, I would not answer that door.
Can I ask you a question, Bob?
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you're 88, you're going to turn into a pussy and go to bed when the freaking sun goes down?
First of all, I'm not making it to 88. Secondly, if I did, yeah, I'm not answering the door for you or anybody unless you call me and you're like, I'm outside your door, come to the door.
You're a dick.
But then it's going to be...
I'm 88. If you haven't earned the right to be a dick at the age of 88, I don't know how old you have to be.
Why do you want to be a dick?
89?
Because you've earned the right to be like, fuck you, fuck the world. I don't need to be nice to you. I don't need to I've been training my whole life to be an old man. I don't think I'm going to make it to 88, but if I did, yes, I would not answer the door, Todd, unless you called me and told me it was you.
And at that point, Todd, he wouldn't even know where his phone was at. So
I hope that I have matured enough not to take a shit on your front porch, Bob. Then for that, after that slight, after I flew all the way from Seattle to come to visit you, and your punk ass couldn't be bothered to come to answer the door unless I gave you a proper heads up.
So yeah,
dude,
so
I hope that old 88-year-old Todd or 89-year-old Todd doesn't take a big diarrhea right under your fucking door frame.
So you flew at 89 all the way from Seattle to Dearborn, Michigan, and you didn't let me know you were coming.
Just
or
wanted to
call
say
me
what's
when you
up.
got here.
Yeah, because you know what? As I get older, time is even more of the essence. How much notice do you get when I show up now?
That is my point.
I'm not changing. I'm getting faster, baby. I'm not slowing down like you freaking
faster.
And those big button flip phones, it died on him, so he couldn't call you.
Yeah, there you go.
No one's carrying around a charger at 89.
Cory, you know which one of the two old elder statesmen on this show is hip and which one is not.
Also, he'd have to stand there on my porch and undo those Jordache button fly jeans that he loves so much from back when he was a young man, and to take a shit on my porch. And by the way,
nope, you just take the diaper right out.
Take it out of where?
Right out of the pants.
No, they're Jordache button flies. You're not getting a diaper out of
No, I
there.
got those Chuck Norris. You get that Chuck Norris brand with the extra hatch in them.
That's all you gotta do is undo the sides, pull it out from the front, and toss it right on your front door.
You are assuming that at the ripe old age of 89, Todd is going to have some baggy, stretchy jeans by which to remove his diaper without even taking the jeans off.
I'll be rocking whatever in style.
Dude, I said I could see Todd being 89 rocking the Jinko jeans.
Yeah.
Just the big old flared wide leg jeans.
Nah, not my style. Not my bag, baby.
You say that right now, Todd, but come 89, you never know.
All right. So here I am knocking on my 88-year-old neighbor's door. He doesn't answer.
Accusing him.
He doesn't answer.
Right. He stole my laptop.
He doesn't answer. So I walk back up his front walk, and I walk
he's your
around
cousin,
the corner.
then.
I walk around the corner, muting Todd. Walk around the corner, looking back through the backyards to my house, where now I can see it's like showing in the backyard of the house two houses down in the corner. And I get my phone out, I turn on the flashlight, and I could see the people on the corner in their house. And they're actually, like, the doors are open. Like, I could see light coming through the front door. They've opened it up. And I'm like, am I really going to be fucking hopping the fence to go in my brand new neighbor's yard? Like, they just moved in.
Bob's going to be in
looking
someone's
for
garage.
and my excuse is, I think my laptop is in your backyard. That's what I'm going to say. So I'm like, I can't do this. But I cannot figure out why this thing keeps fucking moving. And now it's moving like over toward the houses on the other side of the block. And I'm like, I don't even know what to do here. This is insane. I need to go back home. And so I come in the front door, and I'm looking at the dog, and I'm like, where am I? Like, wait a second. And I go upstairs to the rumpus room. And I'd forgotten that on Friday, I worked from that room because I was watching, I don't know, Tigers game or something like that while I was working, and it is sitting there on the table, still powered on, still plugged into the wall, still on, and it's been there the whole time, and I just forgot to check in that room, and that's where it was. But the moral of the story is, whoever made Find My Device for the iOS ecosystem should be fired, because there's no way that laptop should have been. It should have showed up in my house the same spot.
But
if my phone shows up in my house,
logically though, if it was that close to your house, again, why would it have been in your neighbor's backyard?
because someone stole it. Because
And then just dumped it right next door?
Yeah.
No, you're not
in the
stealing-
backyard.
Yeah, you're not
In the
stealing a
backyard.
laptop and then just being like, oh, brand new
Well,
MacBook?
first
I'm just gonna leave this right here.
it was like right next to my neighbor's garage, and I'm like, oh, he parks in the garage all the time. Maybe he found it and he put it in his car, parked his car in the garage, and maybe that's it. That's why I knocked on his door. Anyway, so I forgot to mention, like as I was walking back to go in the house for the last time, he had come to the door, and I was just walking past his house. He's like looking out through his front door. I'm like. So I walked up to his door like, hey, really sorry. Sorry to bother you. It's late. That was me who knocked on the door earlier. I was just wondering if you happened to have run across a laptop bag. He's like, what? I go, it's a black laptop bag. Laptop.
Why does that have to be black?
Laptop bag. Because it's black. I mean,
So here's
if
Bob's
it was
80
white, I would have been lying to my 88-year-old neighbor. I'm saying the words laptop bag, and he's like, laptop bag? And I'm like, he doesn't know what I mean. I go, well, it's a little bag. It's got handles on it.
Why'd
It
you
looks like
continue?
it's about this. Because I woke him up. He got up. I'm not going to go, you're too old to
should've
understand, old man, and then
bitch-slapped
walk away. I'm like
I'm
trying
bummed
to
at him.
explain what's going on, and he's not quite getting it. But at the end, he goes, well, if I run across anything like that, I'll keep my eyes open. And I'm like, I appreciate that, sir.
So Todd, here was Bob's 88-year-old neighbor looking at Bob being like, this senile asshole.
Oh,
I know. And exactly. And based on Bob's kind of attitude, when he's 88, his neighbor should have bitch slapped him and told him frickin' fuck off. Your fucking laptop bag.
Yeah, that's fine.
Eat a dick.
Yeah. So that's the end. That's the end of that story. Find My Device doesn't work. If you're relying on it to find your laptop, you probably should have some sort of backup plan.
Dilly says, the Find My iPhone
Like
app.
remembering where you put your own laptop?
Exactly. Tends to show the device is moving around at all times. I have an AirTag on my wallet, and it'll show up 2 doors down the street all the time.
Yeah, I did not know that because I've never had to use it before. So I was disappointed.
Sorry.
Did you read the fine print?
I guess
You didn't read the manual?
It located it within a certain radius, but why it keeps moving, I have no idea. It was always attached to the same Wi-Fi network.
Do you pay extra for it?
I don't get it. No, it's not a pay service, sir. It's comes
So
with
there you,
the
and you're
phone.
complaining. You're complaining because it's not perfect.
Yeah, it's not doing what the literal thing it's supposed to do. It can't do. It's not like I use Excel, but I don't like the way this formula works, and so I hate Excel.
It didn't say it was in
this is the
Southfield and
one
moving around,
thing
did it?
it's supposed to do, Todd, and it couldn't do it.
It
That's all I'm
actually
saying.
did do it, just not to your spec.
I would argue that is a fail. And if I was the manager of that department and you submitted your plans and showed me this thing fucking bouncing around backyards and shit, I would fire you.
Yeah, and you'd be wrong.
That was my point, Todd. I'm like,
I think everyone else would agree with me that that guy should be fired.
If it was showing that close to the house, it's definitely in your house.
It was showing outside the house, unlike my phone, which always showed accurately. Whether
That's
I moved
awesome.
from
you get
the
lucky
living
with your
room
phone.
to outside the house to down the street, the iPhone.
There might be
was fine.
there's a different chip in your phone that is designed to be more accurate because if you crash into something or you roll over in your car, there's a notion that people might use that and they want to have more precise data. The chip in your laptop and other accessories, not the same thing. And that's why you get a little bit of a discount there. And at the end of the day, Bob, I think to have it close enough, like within 50 feet, is pretty freaking amazing for a free service. Again, it's the spec. They could charge you some extra money and put the same chip in, and then you'd be saying, well, the laptop costs too much, an extra $50 for that chip that gets you right in the room that you put it in. By the way, they didn't put your laptop in that room.
Do me a favor
and
and put it in the app that says, so as soon as I open up Find My Device, it gives me a little splash screen that says, hey, if your laptop or device was older than 2 years old, it's going to bounce around all over shit, and we can't guarantee that we're going to be correct in where it tells you.
I'll bet you $100, Bob, if you read the agreement.
Why are you sticking up for Apple, dude?
Because I'm telling you that you could, in the agreement, it's going to tell you that the accuracy of that shit is not guaranteed.
No one reads the agreement.
Oh,
you don't even read the agreement.
On them, it's on you that you don't RTFM.
Jesus Christ.
Come on.
No one reads it. All right. Are we moving into TikToks?
Let's do it.
There we go.
Are you ready?
Todd, I've never wanted to mute you more in my life. And I'm not even upset that immediately following that feeling, is a theme song with your voice on it. I'm okay with that.
Thank you.
All right. All right. TT's TikToks brought to you by Apple and their lovely Find My Device service.
So we have 4 submissions today.
Oh, okay. So Dilly's got...
He wanted to redeem himself
Now,
from last week.
For anybody who hasn't heard the last episode that we did, which it wasn't the last one, it was probably 2 episodes
prior,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, he submitted one as our first maybe user submitted TikTok entry.
I believe so.
And it was received with a modicum of approval.
I did not watch it prior to putting it up on the screen.
Can you define modicum?
It was, to be kind, it was begrudgingly received. None of us had looked at it before we played it.
No.
And then realized that, it was going a completely different direction than we were willing to let it finish playing.
Yeah. So he said he texted me this week and he said he wanted to redeem himself. So
okay.
We have 4 submissions this week. Here's our first one.
Alrighty.
My favorite thing Irish people do is the apology insult. Sometimes you hate somebody so much you want to say the absolute worst things you can think of directly into their fucking face. But you've got a conundrum on your hands. You still want to seem like a nice, approachable fella, so you apologise first. I'm sorry now. I'm sorry, but you're an absolute fucking cunt. I don't mean to be a dickhead now. I'll put this as nice to you as I possibly can. I hope every second of your fucking existence is filled with absolute abject misery, you cunt. I hope when you die, you cannot feel anything. You cannot walk, you cannot talk, you cannot see, you cannot hear, you cannot taste, you cannot fucking touch. But fuck me, can you feel misery and horror? And I'm sorry to say it to you. Sorry to bother you now, but you are the ugliest lump of a fucking human being I ever seen in my life. You're the most unfortunate look on soul. I nearly had to look twice at you to believe it, but I was afraid if I looked the second time, my eyes would refuse to ever see anything again. And I apologise for saying it, but it had to be said. Anyway, maybe you'd like to use this technique to make your insults go down a little bit easier. Follow me, I'm delicious.
So there's our first one.
I feel like if in that voice, if he said that to me, I would not even be offended. I'd be like, oh, all right.
You do care.
Yeah. I feel seen.
All right, here's our next one. Oh, why aren't you going up there?
I like to try to guess just by looking at the splash screen for the video who sent this one in. And I think I'm at a 50% success rate so far. So I don't feel comfortable in guessing right now. Yeah.
Well, that's why you should guess since you're 50-50. I like it. Who do you think it's going to be?
I don't know.
Who do you think it is?
I don't know.
All right, here we go.
I'm not saying.
Hey, Gen X, is it me or these kids today don't know how to add and subtract? Check this out. I just came from Whataburger. I ordered the #1 with cheese, extra mustard, extra pickles with a Dr. Pepper. My total is $15.11. I gave the young man $20.11. He said, what the 11 cent for? I said, so you can just give me back a $5 bill. He said, if I give you back $5, that'll be too much. I said, that's why I'm giving you the 11 cents. He said, I don't understand. I took this as a teacher moment. I said, how much change you finna give me back? He looked at the machine, $4.89. I said, so if I give you 11 cents, that'll be $5, right? Wrong. He said, but you giving me $20. Brother man, listen. Brother man, because now I'm starting to get irritated. Because how the fuck you don't know 89 and 11 is $1? I tried to be calm. I say, son, $4.89 plus 11 cents is $5. He looked me right in my face and said, huh? Motherfucker! Now I'm pissed off to the highest pistivity. Give my change, man. Just give my change. He gave it to me. I told him, for the record, this the end of the line for you, playboy. You might well gonna get comfortable at that window. You gonna be there a long time. He just looked at me. Did I go too far? Let me know in the comments. Did I go too far? Oh, slow ass boy.
No, sir. You did not go too far. I would argue you did not go far enough.
Huh?
And we have a new word.
That is pretty passivity.
Passivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here's the third one.
Okay.
Women. W. What does women equal? Fellas, what does women equal? Time and money, right? Time times money, okay? But what is time also? Time is money. Time is money. So money times money. What's the name of saying money times money?
Money squared.
Money squared. Money squared. So guys, women equals money squared. But what's the root of all your problems? Money. Money is the root of all your problems. So if money equals the square root of problems, which is P, how do you get rid of that square root? You gotta put it to the power of 2, okay? But you've also got to put that to the power of 2. So money squared equals problems. But what does money squared also equal? Women. Women equals problems.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So we've gained the Vietnamese, but lost all of the ladies.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's just got the equation backwards.
It's, yeah.
Just kidding. That was 100%
Honestly, I think it would have been more well received if he had been blocking the board with his body the whole shot.
Oh my goodness.
Women would have been like, "Oh, I get it."
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think that was the only problem.
All right, and here's our last one.
I think the world's gone to hell, that it's gotten so violent. But the world never got violent. There is no got. The world has been violent since the beginning. Cain killed Abel, man. Cain killed Abel. The third person on the planet killed the fourth person on the planet. We weren't even able to make it to 3 people before somebody was a murderer. At one time, a third of the people on the planet were murderers, right? A third of the people in the hood aren't murderers. A third of the people who own guns aren't murderers. A third of the people in jail aren't even murderers, right? San Quentin, Alcatraz, Folsom Prison are safer than the book of Genesis. You thought Compton and Baghdad were tough? Try downtown Eden when the sun goes down. There was murder and violence at person 3. One couple had 2 boys who had the world to themselves, and one of them was claiming this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us, right? Cain killed 25% of the world's population. That's more than Stalin, Hitler, Idi Amin, Pol Pot, King Herod, Genghis Khan, Manifest Destiny, typhoid, cancer, AIDS, cooties, all combined. Cain killed a third of the people he knew. He knew 3 people. He killed one of them. If you knew Cain, you had a 66 2/3% chance of survival. There's no such thing as the good old days. There was like one good day. It was half a day. Adam and Eve were naked, alone, in an oasis. Lunchtime came. People got hungry. Apples were eaten. Boom, Detroit.
Detroit?
I've seen that one before. That's a good one.
Except for the end of it. I'm like, you keep Detroit out of your fucking mouth, boy.
Oh, you've seen that one before, Todd?
I have.
But we have no way of proving that that video was sent in by Todd just because he's seen it before.
You do not, just because I've seen it. Because I like it.
I'm not a fan of that. Like, I was fine with that video, except for the guy that was laughing in the background.
Yeah. Well, again, I think the funny bit is that that tells me that was a single take. He caught thunder, and dude freaking giggle bush through it. So I think it's perfect.
I guess. All right, so we can't. Dilly can't vote here. He's not our.
No, I guess we really don't have anyone that's going to be able to vote. But
yeah.
Oh, damn it.
We can count on though the Vietnamese.
Let us know.
Yeah, DM us on Instagram at Shotscast.
Nah.
How do I say DM us on Instagram at Shotscast?
Well, that's a long
Vietnamese?
one.
First of all, you just say that. I think they'll get it. Vietnamese people typically speak more languages than we do. So
let's assume that
if they're listening, they'll get it.
Yeah. Do you think that when they download our show, I don't know what platform they're doing it, let's assume it's Spotify, that there's a translation, or would they have to know English?
At the end of the day, they might be listening to the show to learn English. In that case, they're learning some really bad English.
Yeah, sorry about that. We're going to apologize to you right now for all of it. But yeah, definitely DM us on Instagram and let us know which one of those you think is the best.
Or fantastic, as Cory would say.
That's right.
All right. To close the show, Cory, can we give this new game a shot?
Yeah. Why isn't it giving me the... There's a translation popping up, but it won't let me say it.
It's probably going like, please don't say that out loud. I'm going to give you the translation, but just keep it to yourself. Don't share that with anybody.
And
because you're going to say it wrong.
Dilly said he knows he's neutral about voting, but he said if he had to vote, he was picking number 2.
Okay. It's a good thing that doesn't count then.
And swatted down, dilly.
Yep. All right. The game, the new game we're going to give a shot here too and see how this goes is called Overrated, Underrated. So I'm basically going to read off some of these cards, and we're going to see how far we get and see what kind of discussion this fosters. So first one, boys. Overrated or underrated? Passenger trains. Todd, have you ever been on a passenger train?
I have.
And overrated or underrated to travel?
Underrated with the caveat of where you're at. Underrated, though.
Where, like, what part of the country or what part of the train?
What part of the world? So, again, bullet trains, Japan, bad freaking ass. Amtrak, Seattle, not always safe, but again, I'd say overrated. Underrated still. Underrated
Okay.
still. I like train travel.
Real quick for our Vietnamese listeners.
Yeah.
Nhắn tin cho chúng mình qua Instagram nhé.
One more time.
Nhắn tin cho chúng mình qua Instagram nhé.
That's DM us on
Thank
Instagram.
you.
Oh, okay. She put some extra stank on that or slowed it down a little bit.
I think it's slowed down for some reason on the second
No.
one.
Okay.
Well, I was going to say the yay at the end is probably the verb or something that, yeah, it's just a language thing, but.
So I agree with Todd. I've never been on a bullet train outside of the country, but I have been on Amtrak from Dearborn to Chicago.
Yep.
And let me tell you, one of the worst experiences you could ever have in your entire life.
So overrated then.
So overrated. I can make the drive in 3.5 hours. The train took about 7.
Yeah, but you could drink the whole time, couldn't you?
And you could take an express too.
I don't know which one I was on, but
You were not on the express.
Well, clearly, because it took way longer than the drive would have taken.
You pay more for less stops.
Yeah, I think it's understood that the trip is going to be longer than if you drove it, but you don't have to drive is the trade-off.
Right, but I had to be at work, and the schedule they gave me, they did not follow.
Oh, no.
They were nowhere near
Yeah,
following the
bad.
schedule they gave me.
How'd that go over with your job?
I had to call out. I was still on the train somewhere in Illinois that I had to call work and be like, I'm not making it in today because I'm on a train in Illinois.
Wow, I'm glad that was the very first card, was the passenger train. I didn't know it was going to hit home with your former employer.
Yeah, no, it was terrible.
Okay.
We'll never do it again.
All right. How about
Wow.
lollipops?
What about you, Bob?
Oh,
Bob,
yeah,
you're
I
not
would
going
say-
to.
I'm going to say they're underrated. I've been twice, and I thought that the experience was good. I mean, as
I'm with you.
as the guy, and I think maybe we all have the same experience roughly, is that most of the time we're the ones who are driving on a travel trip. To not have to drive and be able to sit there and read a book or listen to an album or just have a conversation, take a nap.
Or sit in a drink car, like you said.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's something
to
special
me
about
that was worth it. I didn't have to get
I
there.
agree.
I didn't have a time that I needed to get there to start my job, and it didn't matter to me how long it took. It was just another form of travel where I didn't have to worry about parking in downtown Chicago, which is crazy expensive. So
Yep.
yeah, underrated, I would say.
I mean, I'll agree with you on that. Had it been a planned thing that I thought like, oh yeah, we're going on vacation or whatever. This, I was told like, oh, you'll be at your destination at this time. So I'm like, okay, cool. Everything will work out.
Yeah.
And it definitely didn't. So that kind of really tainted my vision.
Tainted your one experience. No,
Yeah.
I'd say 2+. I would say the U.S. is probably the worst for like keeping to really, really tight mass transit schedules. The rest of the world is really, really good. And like I said, ultimately, when I was in Japan, I went from Tokyo to Kyoto, and the bullet train was just about 15 minutes longer than the airport with easier security. So it was about the same because you're going 300 miles per hour. That was pretty badass. And like I said, all the amenities on board was pretty awesome. And similarly, like I said, even though I've done the train from Seattle to Portland, it's about the same amount of time, maybe a half an hour more. But like you said, Bob, not having to actually drive or stop and get gas or get caught behind somebody going 55 in the 70 in the left lane. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, something tells me that's why Cory didn't like it was, yes, he missed work, but also he couldn't stop at the gas station and fill up with all sorts of travel treats.
Oh, no, once I knew I wasn't making it to work
Salted
on
and
time,
cured meats.
you better believe that I took advantage of that drink cart because I'm like, yeah, if I'm going to be stuck on this train and I know I'm not going to work, then I guess it's time to booze it up.
Right. Next one, boys.
Hang on real quick
Yeah.
before you give Todd, while Bob's giving this next question, pour yourself up a shot, sir.
I'm on it.
And we'll close the
Hey,
show
Bob,
with that.
plug your ears.
Easier said than done. I'll just mute you. All right, next one, boys. Lollipops with gum in the center. I confess to, I'm not sure I've ever had one.
What's the bubble?
Oh, I definitely have. Yeah, the bubble, not bubble yum. But I remember the Tootsie. No, not even Tootsie. What was the one with the bubble gum in the middle?
Let me look.
I remember
with gum in the center.
Yeah, I like those. They're
Okay.
big red ones with the gum in the center. I like them. I'm underrated.
Underrated.
Blow
Underrated.
pop.
I think those
Blow
are
pops?
awesome.
Blow pop, yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Dude, if I'm gonna go for a sucker or a lollipop of sorts, I'm definitely going Tootsie Roll. Or
Yeah.
Tootsie Pop.
Tootsie Pop.
I
has
like
gum
them
in the
both.
center?
That's the.
No, Tootsie Pop has Tootsie Roll.
Or is it a
in the middle.
lollipop with a Tootsie Roll in the center?
It's a lollipop with a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, that's not the same.
I know, but I prefer that over the one with the gum in the center.
Oh, okay.
So
you would say overrated.
But is it? But is it overrated then? You think it's overrated then?
I do, because once you get to that gum, I mean, you get like 5 good seconds out of it, and then you're like, okay, this is disgusting now.
So you're saying the gum in the middle of a lollipop that offers gum in the middle is more like a fruit stripe gum?
Beyond belief. Or like, you remember Gatorade gum?
No.
Yep.
Todd, you remember?
Yeah,
it?
you don't remember that? I do.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
absolutely.
it was amazing for the first 3 chews that you took on it.
Yeah, then it got stank really fast.
And then-
right.
and-
I remember that.
And then it turned into
Oh,
like
my
basically
goodness.
tasteless cement after that. But those first 3 chews, I mean, you actually like got Gatorade flavor out of it. But then after that, it was absolutely worthless.
So you're like 1, 2, 3.
And
But I think the blow pops I think were better. That red candy on the outside was freaking addictive. That's the best, better than any Tootsie Pop flavor. It was thicker and a little bit bigger, I think.
Wow.
Ooh, sounds like I'm making a penis comparison.
Jesus.
Not at all. What about you, Bob?
My shot's scored, by the way.
I never
Corey.
had one.
You've never had either?
I don't think I have.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You never did it. How many licks does it take to get to the middle of a Tootsie Pop?
No, we've talked about this before. It's not just breakfast cereals, but also with candy and shit that I had a very sheltered childhood.
No. Yes, because I've brought you suckers before because you said that they were your favorite, and I feel like they were blow pops.
No, you brought me high chews.
Nope, I brought you suckers before, and I feel like they were blow
Then
pops.
I'm forgetting?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you put them in his
Then
mouth?
I'll
with your
say
hand
underrated?
and your fingers?
Apparently, yeah. He just puts them in between his hands and just gives them some friction until they melt, and then that's all he does
Yep,
with them.
right
Did
to
you
the gum.
feed him like he was a baby bird?
Right to the gum.
Cheers,
All right.
boys.
Cheers, everybody.
Salute. That's the good stuff.
I could probably go back in the freezer.
Yeah, yeah. Luckily, we have a couple of spares.
That's really good. Dude, the sun's like beaming in on me here. If for anybody who can see on camera, the sun's beaming in. It's warm, and that sweet tea whiskey.
Why is he making this all sexual all of a sudden?
Indeed.
Todd's feeling himself.
Yeah. Are you touching yourself?
Hand check, Todd. Hand check.
I could.
That might be,
There we go.
That might be what the Vietnamese love about this show is the constant
It's my giant
touching.
hand.
The sexuality of the show.
Yeah. Skinny dipping, overrated or underrated?
Ooh, definitely underrated.
Yeah. So it had I feel like it had a happy ending for you then.
Well, I don't know about always a happy ending, Bob. I mean, this is a family show.
You just touched yourself for the pleasure of the Vietnamese.
And what are the Vietnamese known for? Happy endings.
Oh no.
No.
So we had him and then we lost him.
I think they'd get a chuckle out of that.
It's a joke.
No.
I guess it depends on what company you're keeping during a skinny dipping session.
Yeah, if it's you and your grandma,
then definitely overrated. Come on, I want to make sure I picked the right thing there.
I'm like, who's like setting themselves up for that bit of success?
Well done. Overrated.
So okay, because here's exactly where my mind went to when you posed this question.
Yeah.
Years and years and years ago, when my dad was still alive, he had the command staff over that worked under him, and then he had some of the old chiefs over that had since retired. And they were hanging out in the backyard.
Bunch of saggy dudes.
They were pretty old.
Yeah.
They were hanging out in the backyard from like noon until about 9 o'clock at night, and just drinking beer and doing shots all afternoon. And at a certain point, so my room at my parents' house was in the very back of the house, and I was moving like an end table or a nightstand out of my room. I'm like, well, it'd be much easier just to take it out the back door that I had connected to my room, to put it outside and then take it out for garbage. And I don't know how my mom heard, but I went to go open the back door, and she came running down the hallway, and she's like, no. I'm like, no what? She's like, do not go outside right now. And I'm like, what? Why? I'm like, it's just Dad and the guys out in the backyard drinking. She's like, yeah, they're not drinking anymore. She's like, just don't go out there.
They're having a little old man chief orgy.
So of course, out of curiosity, I'm like, oh, I need to see what's going on out there.
See.
So I peeked through the blinds, and here was 8 older dudes, drunk as could be, all butt naked, swimming around in the pool. And I'm like, oh man, okay, all right, that was interesting. But then there was other times where I would have people over after we would hang out at Howell's, and the girls obviously didn't just have bathing suits in their cars, so they'd be like, oh, do you mind if we just go and let's do this? So that was very underrated.
I see where you're going.
My dad and all the old dudes in the pool naked, skinny dipping, very overrated.
You loved it, Cory. You saw a foot-long ball sack and you were hooked, weren't you?
It must have been the pool must have been a little cold, because I didn't see any of that.
The old Chiefs got them saggy balls going.
It was ice cold out there. They were still swinging between their legs.
All right, last one, and we'll call it a show for the night. Overrated or underrated hibachi grill restaurants?
Ooh.
Okay. So again, this is another, for me. It's an if for an and.
Okay.
It depends.
Explain.
So yeah, exactly. It depends on. So every Danielle's.
I'm just looking at your phone. There's a message from your sister says you're disgusting.
It was a true story.
Yeah, no, I know.
So hibachi restaurants. Danielle's brothers, for all their birthdays, because we meet up and have dinner for their birthdays to celebrate them, always pick hibachi restaurants.
Mm-hmm. Why are you saying hibachi? Am I saying
hibachi?
I said hibachi, but you're saying hibachi. Am I wrong?
No,
I don't know.
Hibachi. You're saying it right.
It's hibachi? Okay.
You're saying it right now. Yes.
Okay.
But that's what they always pick. And her family being as big as it is, every time we go, it's very hard to fit us all around one of the grills.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there kind of squished in, and there's just a shit ton of people there.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, all right. Like now, if Danielle and I go by ourselves,
do 2 tables.
Todd, we have even 2 tables. You don't understand how large her family is, and it depends on.
So do the whole so rent the restaurant.
Rent the restaurant.
Okay. Well, if you go ahead and give me your black card for that,
Why is it got to be a black card?
Because black card, Amex cards are black cards.
All right.
Correct.
Thought I had you there.
So yeah, if you send me your numbers, Todd, I'll go ahead and we can rent out any restaurant. But yeah, so if Danielle and I go by ourselves, I love the food. It's great food.
Yeah.
But certain circumstances, it just even though
Do you
the
love
food's
when they
great,
flip the shrimp up into their hats?
I could give two shits about the show. Just cook the food up and serve it to me. That's all.
So
I'm
when they're
looking for.
doing like the little volcano out of like the onion, are you like, Jesus Christ, let's fucking go?
I usually reach over and knock the volcano down and be like, stop showing off. I've seen that before. Every time we
bullshit.
I've seen that every time we've been here. Let's get the show on the road.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
You're probably pretty popular at those places, those hibachi restaurants.
Hibachi.
I think that I used to think they were underrated until I had kids. And then I think they're overrated. When you take your kids to a hibachi restaurant, it's really difficult to like, they're all about the show and they almost, but they're still like hungry. So they get kind of hangry.
Man, it takes a while for them to cook all that shit up.
Yeah. And they're like, they're trying really, really hard to be captivated by the show that's being put on right in front of them. But ultimately, they're just kind of in a sour mood because there's no guarantee of how long it's going to take and when they're going to get to eat. So I have not been back since my kids were little, so I guess I'm leaving it on my last taste in my mouth, which was an overrated taste. What about you, Todd?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to answer. And on the whole, I really like hibachi restaurants. I've done it for my birthday number of times. I really like it, and I've actually been to some places where there's a couple places I've gone. I'd say should say go where I see things I haven't seen before, kind of each time. I mean, the bulk of the tricks are the same. So I still say underrated if you go to the right spot, because I do, especially when I see something that I haven't seen before, especially how many times I've been. I think it's pretty amazing when I like the show and the food. And if you go to a really nice place, the food's usually good. And I'm a variety guy, so I get the whole steak. I'll take the steak, chicken, and the shrimp, and all the veggies and the fried rice, and I love it.
Yeah,
I love them.
I will say I used to think, I mean, as a grown man going to those places and watching them where they kind of have they have those metal spatulas, and there's a lot of tapping and a lot of clinking and a lot of it kind of. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. You're not fooling anybody. Like, you're doing a bunch of tapping and shit. Like, can we just get on with the thing? I'm a lot like you.
Exactly.
But when you take the one good thing I will say is when you take kids, that shit looks like a magic. It looks like your front row seat for like David Blaine or Houdini or someone. It's the
but like, who doesn't love getting?
Oh my God! Did you see what he's doing? Like I couldn't even follow those spatulas. They're moving so fast.
Yeah, because you're so young and
but you kind of like that's when you have kids, you're like you kind of revert back to seeing life through their eyes. So you're like, wow, I guess I forgot how amazing that was. Like,
but I will say this:
the hardened heart that you have, that's just a fucking, compressed piece of coal in your chest, grows 3 sizes that day. We're like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember how I used to feel like that when I was a kid, that I'd forgotten all about through 30 years of bullshit and taxes and competing for trying to climb the ladder and paying mortgage payments,
and the fact that I'm just hungry as can be and want to fucking eat food.
Yeah. Oh no, I ate before I went. I'm like, I'm not waiting for you. I'm like having a snack.
Bob's sitting around the grill, pulls out a bag of chips.
I'm making a sandwich.
Is that egg salad you got over there, Bob?
Egg salad. Holy shit! You named the one sandwich I would never be caught dead eating.
I just figure for a public place, yeah, you usually don't
bust
out the
egg salad and anchovies. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I don't think I've.
Hey, Bob, I will say this though. You know what brings back my childlike days though, and I don't. I'm not just nostalgic about much, but in that same setting, dude, when they actually have the real alcohol sake that they squirt either from the one that looks like it's peeing or from the just the mustard squeezer, dude, I'm all about that. I'm like, free booze at this fucking table in this moment is what I need, and I don't give a shit that half it's going to end up on the front of my shirt. That gives me childlike glee, like the freaking sound of an ice cream truck, man. That free sake. I love it. So I still think good hibachi restaurants are underrated. I think if you go to you got to go to the right spots, man. You guys got to hang with me.
Can we make a deal then, an agreement? Going full circle to the beginning of the show. Another agreement that says that next time we're with Todd, whether it's in Seattle or whether he comes here, that we're all going to go to a hibachi restaurant together.
Oh, it sounds like we have to.
Yeah.
Yes, we must.
Yeah, it must be.
Todd, do you still have some ones around here that you used to go to?
No, I think because Benihana is not what I'm talking about. I'm like a cut above Benihana. I'll have to. I'll research, but I'm sure I can find. I'm sure Yelp has. Detroit is famous for one thing, having something that's as good as anybody else in the United States around. So we'll find the right place to go to, and I will absolutely pay for that when the next time I'm in town.
Yep. And if you're listening to the show and you're Vietnamese and you follow us and you hear, they're all getting together to go to this restaurant, like
take a flight,
fucking join us. Yeah, there we go. Or if you happen to already be here.
Yeah,
you can be
let us know.
Let
us know early, because unlike Cory, we'll reserve the place. If we got enough people, we'll get the whole place.
No, it's gonna be the normal.
Whoa, hang on. First of all, it's not my birthday. They're my brother-in-laws. It's not up to me to reserve the restaurant.
I don't like them that much. They're like my in-laws on my cousin's third sister's side.
I love them, but not that much.
Oh, trust me though. Whenever we go, it's going to be your birthday. I'm telling them ahead of time, and you're going to get a birthday volcano with the onion volcano.
What's
and 50 Cent playing on the jukebox.
Yep.
What was the Mexican place we went to that I got the flan? That when I went up to go to the bathroom, you ordered the flan.
Oh, the Taqueria de Mi Pueblo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick story before we end the show. So the last time myself, Danielle, Bob, and Lori went out to Mi Pueblo, I had gotten up to go to the bathroom real quick, and I came back, and Bob just had this shit-eating grin all over his face. And he's like, I have a surprise for you. I'm like, oh, what is it? He's like, you'll find out. So once we finished our actual dinner, sure enough, the waitstaff came back around. Thankfully, they were very short-staffed that night, and this guy brought me an entire plate of flan. And he's like, sorry, man, we normally do a song and everything, but we just don't have enough people. He's like, happy birthday, and he sets it down in front of me. So I had to eat this whole plate of flan. It actually wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Bob's like, yeah, I got that for you for your birthday. I'm like, this was in November.
Yeah.
My birthday was still 2 months away, but yeah, so Bob has a tendency to do that.
Yeah, and if you didn't understand anything in that story because you call it flan, then
there you go.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Flan, whatever.
Right.
Hibachi. Well, I don't know how people pronounce it. I'm just trying to cover all bases.
Oh, hibachi.
Tomato.
Apparently, we're teaching the Vietnamese English through this show, so I have to clarify.
Exactly. Tomato Croatia, same thing.
Tomato Croatia, yes.
All right. That is the show for the week. Thank you very much for joining. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time. Peace out.